If you are driving the black Volkswagen Turbo, license plates KCB, as in boy, 1533, you need to move your vehicle because you're in the Sotoa parking lot. Is that anybody here? A black Volkswagen Turbo, license plates KCB, Kilo Charlie Bravo, 1533. You need to please move your car. You're in the Sotoa lot. Anybody? Okay. Alright, well, welcome to 1 Million Cups, and again, Happy New Year 2018. 2017 was the first year we had 1 Million Cups in El Paso. It was a great year, so we hope 2018 will be an even better year. Who's here for the first time to 1 Million Cups? Welcome, and I see a few liars, so that's cool. First time this year. First time this year, absolutely. We'd like to, this is our first time apparently do 1 Million Cups at all because our organizers forget they're supposed to be up here, so they can find their way to the front. They just want to make a grand entrance. We have Serena Harper and Eric Bischoff, and running around somewhere we have Nancy Lowry, and then we have Nicole in the back here. And I'm Ernesto Gambos. Again, welcome to 1 Million Cups. What is 1 Million Cups? It was started by the Kauffman Foundation for the purpose of entrepreneurial networking, showcase, and education. Every week we bring in 2 entrepreneurs to tell us their story, their trials and tribulations, and more importantly what the community can do for them. After their short presentation, you all have 15 minutes to ask them questions, and that's the real value add for the entrepreneurs, where you get to challenge their questions, their assumptions, their business model, all of that, and that provides very valuable feedback to the entrepreneurs, so don't be afraid to get in the weeds when we get to that point. We'd like to do a shout out to our sponsors. The delicious coffee that you're enjoying is 210 Coffee Roasters. They do have 3 locations around town, but please do help support them. We're very appreciative of their support for us. Our venue sponsor is the Hub of Human Innovation, which is where you are. What is the Hub? We are a business and technology incubator. We are supported primarily by the city of El Paso and also by some private donors for the purpose of economic development by helping new companies get established and grow, particularly if they're bringing new products and technology to market. We're very, very affordable, again, because we're supported by the city, so please come see us. Even if you're just working on an idea, we can help you. 1 Million Cups, please do follow us on Facebook and on Twitter. You can download their app. Please check in, please check in. I've been forgetting, I come up here and announce it and then I forget to check in. Please check into the 1 Million Cups app. And also, the app has a feature where you can provide feedback to presenters even after the fact, so that's pretty cool. What else? Parking. Thank you, Serena. Parking, we already had the one bad announcement, but in general, if you are parked in the angled parking in front of the building, if you are on the half closest to Durango, you only have an hour, so please be watching the time. The city of El Paso will come and leave you a little ticket. If you're on the half closest to the Paisano curve on the other side, then you're fine, because that one does not have. And if you're in either one of the parking lots off the street on Durango, you need to please move, because those are both reserved parking lots. Okay, with that, we'll bring up actually today is our only presenter, and then we're just going to finish up with networking. Mr. Willie Jenkins talking about self-publishing.
Yes.
All right. Good morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Willie, you have to like try to angle it. We've been having a little bit of technical difficulty, folks. We just may have it looks like it's coming back. If not, Willie can just talk.
Let me not touch it to make sure. That was something me and Ernest was talking about earlier this morning. And Pancho, what did we do before there was technology? We talked. Okay, so basically I'm going to go off my notes and a little bit of self-publishing. My book also is named Servitude of the Church, and it's a pocket guide to developing a servant's heart. One thing, first of all, one of my mentors also tells me everyone has a book. Everyone has maybe even more than one book in them also too, but you just got to find and key in on that one thing that you love to do, that you would do without even actually getting paid, and if you do get paid to do it, find out that you monetize it, that's actually coming to something really great. Also, jumping right in, whatever it is that you have, like say if are you business owners?
No. Well, yes.
No. What do you do? What do you do?
I'm a consultant.
Okay. Whatever it is that you do, you have to promote your work. You have to promote it. And wherever you're at, if you're here, you're overseas, you're in another country, you have to promote it. You have to try every avenue. there's no such thing as a stupid question or a person that you don't want to talk to. Everybody you want to talk to. You never know those intersecting communications and connections to be able to get you where you want to go, plus to be able to help that person solve that problem also too. One thing I get from my mentors also too is be yourself. So if you're funny, you're corny, you're dorky, whatever it is that you are, be that. Don't be anything else because people can see if you're not that. So be open and upfront and honest. Okay. Also, regarding the self-publishing, when you do, actually, the company that I went through with mine is all called iUniverse. There are many other companies you can go to, Barnes and Nobles, Outskirt Publishers, Amazon, and there's a few other ones also too that you can go to. You just got to find the one that you really can find a connection to and also keep your rights, because when you do self-publish, you own 100% of your rights. And wherever you go, when you change publishers, you take that with you. So if you don't have the best deal here, wait a little while, then switch your book to someone else and you can be able to get the best deal where you're going. And some other companies, we got CJC Publishing, Outskirt Publishers, and also a few different types of genres, and I'm sure we all know is also children's books, cookbooks, fiction, and non-fiction. Mine also too, we have be able to put it in a book fair. We've actually been in an Orlando book fair, if I'm correct, and we're getting ready to be in the Arizona book fair pretty soon. After we had that, we got a lot of calls. A lot of people wanting to represent us to go to the next level. Every deal is not the best deal. You got to look at the deal, what we consider commensurate with what you're trying to do and what your vision that you're going with that. So, also too, you're going to have to invest. You're going to have to, any place where you want to go, you're going to have to put money in yourself, put money in your product, put money in the book that you have, and you're going to have to be willing to put that in too. And the process and the time, because initially with mine, I started years ago writing, and actually writing a few different books also too. Actually, I got a few different books in my background right now too, but wherever you're at, just start writing. The inspiration wise come from that, whether you're working with somebody else, or working with somebody else's dream, start working in your dream also too. But whatever it is, when you have find time, or even keep up, what do you call those little recorders? Record it. Because you never know, you want to write it down when the inspiration is hot, because sometimes you won't remember it. You have to put it down on paper. I even wake up sometimes from dreams, what have you, and write it down. You have to be diligent on doing that, because I'm telling you, sometimes you know it's something, but you forgot it and you won't remember it. You won't. Okay. Which one is it? Oh, there we go. That's just a little something about me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at something different. I don't have enough for everybody, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass out just a few press releases of what we have. And this will give you a sample on what some press releases look like. And kind of pass this around. That one is pretty all-inclusive. They're pretty much the same. The thing is, you just want to be able to get all that information out to the people that you want to sell to. And I don't want to just say sell, but your market, where you want to get that best representation of where you're going with that. Mine is kind of an autobiographical testimonial type, yet it covers a few different genres and regarding whether you want to do a business or ministry. You have to be able to self-sacrifice, do certain things to be able to get where you want to go. For instance, like if there was a job or something that you wanted to go to and work for, sometimes you might be willing to go in and work as an intern or an extern for that company or that corporation, such as dealing with school, to be able to do that. And sometimes people ask, well, I'm willing to work for free, so do you really want to do that? You have to be able to sacrifice to get where you want to go, and to be able to put in that sweat equity, because sometimes people won't know how serious you are until they see what you're willing to do. But the key thing is to stay focused regarding what you want to do, so that way they'll see it, and then not only you know it for yourself, but they'll know it, so that way they'll be willing to help you also. And this is basically the next one. That's actually a miniature version that I passed out, so the ones who can't see those or haven't, and I kind of go over basically what any press release basically have these certain areas in here. Just kind of go down, you can kind of read as I go along. The name of the book is Servitude of the Church. Initially, I wrote it, I started writing it in 2005. I sat on it for a while. Actually, I sat on it for a long while. But most definitely, the thing is, don't ever forget what you started, so that way, when you can go back into what you did before and you can bring it out. Because, especially, this has helped me tremendously, and I'm praying that it helps others tremendously with what they want to do. So I really believe that everyone has a book in them. Everyone, just that if you take time to put it down on paper, and it doesn't matter if you write 1 page a day, 1 paragraph a day, 1 sentence a day, but never stop writing out or never stop putting down your ideas, because you have to do that, because if you don't put it down, then it's not real. If it's in here, you can't see it. It's not manifested. You basically have to put it down so that way you can see it, then you can go forward with it. Now, I'm going to do a little something different. I'm kind of opening up for questions a little bit right now, because I'm pretty much done with what I have to say. But what questions does anybody have? I'll pass this one around to. Yeah, that's actually the book.
Just a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, really, I'd like to thank you for serving our country.
Thank you.
It's very honorable. Wanted to ask you, you said self-sacrifice.
Yes.
As an example, what was your self-sacrifice?
Be willing to open yourself up for people to instruct you, to mentor you, and to be a mentee. To basically, and I can't. This is the best way I can say it. Sometimes when people will say, "Oh, I'm willing to do this," but if you're not willing to hear instruction, if you're not willing to take what they're saying and apply it or humble yourself, then what's the point? Yes. I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
Tell me about the self-publishing part. What are the mechanics of getting that book made? Did you do that? Are there companies that do that for you? Tell me about that.
The crux of the main thing of self-publishing is, first you gotta write. Second of all, you gotta check and see what are out there. I mean, so I shamelessly say Google the different companies out there to where you'll be able to see what's your best fit. But you have to write, and you have to find an editor, somebody to edit your book. Preferably somebody that knows you, that knows your tones, your inflections, or what have you, but just know you so that way. Because when you're writing and then have somebody that's edited and writing, there's another step in there. If they know you, they know what you mean by the way you write something and when they review it and edit it. But if somebody doesn't know you, then the process of going back and forth editing was going to be a lot, well, I don't want to say harder, just longer.
But who printed the book?
iUniverse printed my book. The iUniverse.
iUniverse.
Yes, sir.
And they do the cover and they give you a completed book?
I'm glad you mentioned that. The book, that's all custom. One of my sisters from church, she actually did the cover for me, and it was all custom. She actually does other work also too, because she's actually did some other work for me also too. So when you get a chance to look at the book, that's all custom. That's all artwork she did.
Who binds it?
Excuse me?
Who binds the book?
Church members, ministries.
Oh, so it's
other business owners. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Did I answer all the questions?
Yeah.
I think you might have misunderstood. He wants to know who binds the book. So that is done by IU.
Yes. They are the binders also. They bound it for me.
So they make the copies, they make the cover, and then they put it together.
And also, not only the paperback or the hardbound copies, they actually make the ebook for me too. Also too, with the ISBN numbers we have that also at Amazon and Barnes and Noble, and we have our own website also too, which is you can find it at servewithchrist.com. And you, sir?
Yeah, I kind of had a similar question, but what was your purpose in writing the book? What was your goal, and how long did it take you to actually write it?
Well, initially, when I started writing the book, I was going back and forth. That was before I actually started with my other businesses. One of my other mentors was going back and forth. I was contemplating what could I do to bring in more revenue, and he had kind of pulled me to the side. He said, "Well, servant. When you're being a servant, write about that." And I listened to him, and I took it to heart. And if you can see before the forward in the book, I actually wrote it down, and I went down piece by piece and did that because I listened to instruction. So one thing what we do, we need to listen to instructions before we go to the next level, so that way we're qualified to go forward. Because you have to listen to instruction.
So you said there was revenue, did that work out?
Yes.
Actually?
Yes. And it's allowed me to be able to do more things than what I'm doing with my other businesses as well.
Right.
Thank you. Now, I missed, did you have one? Anybody else have any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
I was interested in writing a children's book,
Mhm.
so it's a little different. A lot of illustrations and everything, so would you recommend just writing the text and then looking for an illustrator or something like that?
Do you have anybody right now that you know that's a graphic design artist or art that does artwork right now?
Potentially.
I would sit down and talk with them, but I would write the text. If you have it, write the text right now. Because I mean, that would be a little bit of, maybe a couple of phase process also too, because you might have this one page and then you have the specific artwork to go along with what you're saying in there. But that, I would love to know more about that later on because that would be nice. But I could refer you to the person who did my artwork for me, and she actually does a lot of children's stuff also too. So if you want to get with me down the line, then I'll give you her information as well.
Okay. And then, quick another question. You also sell it at Seagull Fructose Press?
At what?
Seagull Fructose Press?
No, I have not.
No, or local?
I would love to find out more information about that. Yes, sir.
I had another question. You mentioned something about protecting the copyright, something like that.
Yes.
Can you talk about that a little bit more?
Well, yes, copyright. You have to copyright whatever material. Now I'm going to jump between both ways because actually I'll apply for a patent. But whatever it is you have to protect, you got to write it down. You got to seal it up. You got to have an attorney also too. A lot of things you can do with an attorney, or some things you can do without. But once you've initially written something, you have copyrighted it. I mean, you put it out there, but it's better to do some more legal work regarding that and to be able to get a good attorney here, or online or what have you. Not that I'm promoting legalism, but a lot of things you can get done just simply just having the right contract and basically be able to protect your interests. Because no matter what, people are going to try to come after you regarding what. Not always, but they can. Because we live in a very litigious state.
Right, so you mentioned about keeping those rights when you're coming to publish those rights. Maybe some of them wanted to buy the rights or whatever, and what you decided was to keep.
Well, most contracts are both, they have non-exclusive, unless someone else wrote it for you per se, you have non-exclusive rights where it's yours. Now, when you switch from one publisher to another publisher, since it's your book, you can take it and have them start selling it or repackage or republish it, so that way you can maximize your output from that. Any other questions?
Any other questions? All right, Willie, last question as always. You've done this before. What can we as a community do to help you to promote the book?
Go to Amazon, go to Barnes & Noble. Not only purchase the book, but if you don't want it for yourself, get it for someone else, because we have to pay it forward. And this right here, I know will bless every last one of you. Just purchase it, and plus they help you, your ministry, or your business, or the place that you work at.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. You have to pretend. Now we have to get our attention. No. You want with your pattern or with both pattern, or how do we do this?
Both patterns.
Do
Well, that's it.
right here.
Angle it a little. See, that's what she said. That's what she Now we have some time for some some announcements first. Does anybody in the community have any announcements that you would like to make? Any events? Anybody who's hiring somebody? Anybody who's looking to raise money? Anybody who has raised money wants to announce it? Any announcements to the community? Really? Nobody? Nobody has?
All right, I'll do it. Hi, everybody. I'd like to welcome you 2018 and to invite you to our networking event tomorrow morning from 8:30 to 10 a.m. at Carnitas Querétaro by The Fountains. It's a successful networking group that has met for 6 years consecutively every Thursday morning. We'll have Dr. Viestas, the owner of Ghost Gym, as our guest speaker. So hopefully you can join us. Thank you.
And I did have it, but it's better when you do it.
Oh, thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody in the announcements? Yes, we have one in the back. Matt.
There is a El Paso cryptocurrency group meetup tomorrow at Forma Pizzeria from 11:30 a.m. until 1 p.m. That's Forma Pizzeria. It's right there on Mesa near Wrestler. It's next to Albertsons, the Colony Cove 2 shopping center, 11:30 to 1 p.m. Thank you.
Cryptocurrency. Cool. Any other announcements in the audience before I get to my stack? Anybody? Okay. So the first announcement, this actually comes to us courtesy of the city of El Paso. There is a South by Southwest trade show application going on right now, but the deadline is tomorrow, I think, the 5th. Those of us that are Hub clients got emails to please encourage you to announce, but it's a huge trade show in Austin. Obviously, it grew out of the South by Southwest Music Festival, but it's a huge trade show now. It's a huge opportunity. Please look at that. If you have any interest at all, please come talk to us. Also, the Hub will be having our first evening seminar of the year. New year, new sales, useful tips from experts on how to jumpstart your sales in the new year. That'll be right here, January 17th from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Next, there is a patent and trademark seminar with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. Thursday, January 18th, 2018, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And there is a cost. It's with the El Paso SBDC, and it's at their offices on 9050 Viscount. So again, any interest, please talk to us. Also, the Hub will be restarting their monthly legal office hours. So for January, it'll be on the 25th. The applications have to come in by the third Thursday of every month, so the third Thursday of this month. Again, that's totally free. If you reserve your slot, you will get, I think it's 20 minutes. Nancy, is it 20 minutes? She's not back there.
I am for what?
For the legal office hours, how long do they get?
25 minutes.
25 minutes. See, that's why she's the boss, but she hides in the back. So 25 minutes totally for free. They meet right here with an attorney in one of our conference room or offices. So please sign up for that if you have any interest. Next, the Office of the Texas Governor, Economic Development and Tourism are hosting a series of Texas export initiatives. We've been announcing this for a while, but they're excellent. If you have any interest in exporting or already doing exporting, this is a great program to help you. They host a number of events. The first one, for instance, will be in April in Hanover, Germany. Then there'll be another one in late April, early May in Houston, and there's a whole list of them. So if you have any interest in exporting or are already exporting, please come talk to us about that. Next, the Great El Paso Chamber of Commerce is having their BizTank Women in Business Conference 2018. Like similar to Shark Tank, local businesses to pitch their company at the Women in Business Conference. The final applicants will be showcased Friday, March 23rd, but we're not sure what the application deadline is. We've already said, oh, Nancy has it?
No, I don't.
Oh.
Yeah.
We sent a note asking what's the application deadline, so if you have any interest in that, please let us know. We already did Breakfast with Friends, and please do sign up for the Downtown El Paso Insider that tells you all the events that are happening in and around downtown. Yes, ma'am?
Are you finished? I'm going to make another push for South by Southwest.
Well, I can do the Startup Digest.
Go on.
So lastly, these are all a lot of announcements, right? There's a lot of stuff happening in our region, our community. So now I'm going to pick somebody to have to recite them all back. Who wants to do it? You? No, I'm kidding. Startup Digest. That's why you want to sign up for startupdigest.com/El Paso. Find the community. You can sign up for a newsletter to tell you all those startups related innovation type stuff happening in the community. And you can also then go and post your events when you're having an event or you know of an event. So startupdigest.com and Nancy.
Okay, South by Southwest. Big deal. Last year, the community had a booth. There were, they have a large booth at the trade show, and they have Ciudad Juarez, Las Cruces, and El Paso have gone together. They're going to have again this year a large booth at the trade show, which is, it's March, like off the top of my head, maybe the 12th, the 15th, the 18th, that time frame. They took 7 companies, I think it was last year, from El Paso and gave them an opportunity to have a space at the booth and to pitch. So the fees, remember, the fees for South by Southwest, if you register now, are probably $1,000. If you register a week before, they're $1,500. So you get, they won't pay for your transportation or your lodging, which is a big deal because everything is booked in Austin at that time. But they will give you a space at the booth to pitch your company. So if you have, and it's not just tech companies, if you've got a food product or apparel or some kind of specialty item or a tech company, they want to showcase the region. So please, if you're at all interested, it's a 2-page application. It's due by this Friday. We can give you the link. If they don't get the applications, enough applications, they'll probably extend it. Then they'll be doing interviews. The interview date is set for the 18th of January. They'll do interviews and then you'll know whether you're selected to go. It really is a good opportunity. I don't know how many tens of thousands of people go to South by Southwest, but a lot of people filter through the trade show. So if you've got something you want to present, you want to showcase to Texas and the globe, plus it's South by Southwest. There's things going on all week long in Austin. You get a pass, you'll get to go to a lot of stuff. All right, please consider applying for it.
All right, thank you, Nancy. Okay, folks, also, as you come in, you should drop your business card off. We typically, most of the time, have a little drawing. So there's only a few business cards, so somebody's going to win. I don't know. Angel Medina with American Roofing Pros. Where's Angel? You get this travel mug. Woo! So again, do drop in your business card when you arrive.
Not bad for a first time.
Yeah. So we just have a few more announcements real quick. If you did not sign in on your way in, please do so. Very, very important. We need to track our attendance to get back to Coffin and our supporters. We are looking for presenters. January, our theme for January is Brick and Mortar Month. Brick and Mortar. So anybody that has a brick and mortar establishment that you know of, or even has some sort of loose connection to a brick and mortar establishment, we want you to please apply to present. We've been pushing, I know it was the holidays, but we've been pushing and we've only had a couple of applications that fall into that theme, so please help us find friends. Please tell your friends about 1 Million Cups and come back and see us next week. There's still more coffee, let's network a little bit, and then next week we should be back to a full regular schedule. Thank you very much for coming out today.